Welcome to Blue Jackets Training Camp 2.0 from the OhioHealth Ice Haus, where OhioHealth presents training camp. Jeff Rimmer along with Jody Shelley. And Jody, the Blue Jackets one and only inter-squad game later this week. Why, Sunday afternoon at 12:45, they'll board a plane for Toronto and then go into the bubble before they begin this qualifying series against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, you know, and it's taken a lot to get to where we're at here. First inter-squad game. The players have the Blue Jackets jerseys on, the white and the blue teams respectively. And yeah, this is a long week. This is a big week, and this is a nice moment in camp when there's been a lot of teaching. We've seen a lot of on-ice instruction from John Tortorell and his coaching staff with these guys. Adjustments being made in some of the forecheck, maybe the neutral zone area. And now they're going to scrimmage to see what it's like. They'll probably film this, have some game tape on it. Who doesn't love game tape? The coaches love that. And yeah, they get tested almost every day this week. 3 negative tests means you're able to go to Toronto and be in the bubble. So a critical week as far as for these players to stick within their lane as far as coming to the rink, going home, and not messing things up.
Now, yesterday, the team did scrimmage. John Tortorella, talking to the media after, said he really wasn't all that excited about the intensity. Can we expect them to pick it up here tonight?
You know, I was just observing, we're in the OhioHealth Ice Haus, and I was just observing the atmosphere in here, and it's a little flat. And, you know, they're going to play in Toronto at the ACC Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto with no fans. And I don't know. I would expect it to be a little feeling out to start. Here tonight, they've probably been told to be intense, but in warm-up, I see them chuckling and carrying on. So it'll be it'll be all right. I think it'll be good. They'll get something out of it.
All right, Jenner for Team White will take the draw against Pierre-Luc Dubois, wearing the dark blue jerseys. And we continue to see Texier and Bjork Strand on the wings, with Dubois. Savard to pick it up behind the net. Left wing Nyquist, and the puck quickly tossed behind. Texier in pursuit. Savard is tripped up. Will there be a penalty?
No, Jared Boll is looks like he's maybe he's swallowed the whistle already here tonight. He is the ref, and he's going to let that slide. He's hearing it from the players on the bench.
I don't blame him. Here is Warinski now, paired with Seth Jones, right wing. A pass picked off there by Nyquist, who spins a backhand ahead. Broken up by Bjorkstrand and chipped off into the corner with, again, Texier and Savard coming together.
I like Texier on that wing. He's got great speed. Every time he takes a stride is with authority, with purpose, and he was immediately on the forecheck with Bjorkstrand to start that shift.
Here's Foodie now, showing that speed, and this is what the Blue Jackets are looking for. A little extra speed in the lineup as they get set to take a Toronto team that certainly can possess some pretty good speed up front. Shore for Foodie, defended there by Andrew Peak. Battle below the goal line. Nash unable to come up with it. A clearing pass away from Gerby, plays it nonetheless, and it's back there for Harrington.
Tough for Gerby to pick that up in the middle of the ice. He had Shore right on him, but Stenlund tried to put it in that space, and Gerby didn't want that puck there.
Harrington dumps in deep, and Merzlikins out to play.
You know, there's sometimes as a forward, and it's a tough angle to receive a puck, and you trust that your forward or defenseman will put it in an easier spot to pick it up.
Nudavara taking the Nyquist pass, tried to return it. Broken up, and it's Sherwood with a quick feed. That's McGinnis, back for Sherwood. Hustles to the front of the net, fires a shot. Elvis has it, and there's no further play.
Whoa, Elvis had no idea where that was right away, and good to feel the puck for Elvis Merzlikins. The goaltenders, you know, they have a little more of a task here to get feeling the puck, getting in shape. It's so much work that they do. They make it look so easy, but they're up and down all around all game long, and he feels the puck here first when it comes to the goaltenders.
Gabriel Carlson to the right wing, tried to feed a high pass. McGinnis unable to knock it down. D to D. Out to center, and it's Nyquist. Nyquist up the left wing boards and backhanded in deep. Corpus Sallo talking to his defenseman there, Carlson. McInnes tried to feed to Mateo. It's broken up there by Wenberg, who will toss it back. Nudavara and Clendenning are paired on the blue line. Jenner comes off the bench. And on the breakout, Blue Jackets playing without their captain again today. No Nick Foligno in the inter-squad game. Savard unable to keep it in. Bjorkstrand tried to tip it ahead.
Oh, it's a good job by Atkinson and the forward in the high position to break up the play and allow Gavrikov to collect the puck. And here come the white team again.
Savard, Atkinson, right back onto the wing, but behind Shore. Battle along the near wall and a backhand pass. Flipped ahead here for Shore, away from Texier. Savard comes up with it. Head up, he'll walk it to center. Savard continues in across the line, hangs onto that puck, works against three members of Team Blue, and it's on here for Foodie. Foodie will drop a pass. It went behind Gavrikov. Robinson failed to clear. Eric Robinson with 3 goals in the scrimmage yesterday. He'll pick it up. Comes off the wing, high off the shoulder of Merzlikins. The rebound left in front and quickly gathered up by Savard. Gavrikov. Nash will drop it back. Savard now. On to Ryan Murray. How good is it to see Ryan Murray healthy?
It's great, and it's funny you say that every time you see him, but it's such a great comment because he's so valuable as a young veteran with this team. He just has a sense of calmness back there, and that skates with ease, makes heads-up play, and here he comes through the neutral zone looking for a little support.
Atkinson turns at center. Jackets looking for big things from Atkinson in that qualifying series, and he's got to put it on himself. Expects to step up. He's healthy. Wants to make a contribution as Kuken now sends it towards Atkinson. Oh, nice glove save there by Corpus Sallo as Kuken threw it to the front of the net, came right to Atkinson, and a pretty nice stop there.
Yeah, quick reaction there from Corpus Sallo. Had to be sharp. He saw that puck come through as Kuken attacks him on the left side. Kuken knows he's got Atkinson, and it's a bounce off of Gabriel Carlson that goes to Atkinson. Quick shot, right-handed shot, tries to go back against the grain in the open net, but Corpus Sallo with the big glove hand to snag it.
Puck on end, played by Kuken. Team white. Off the wall. Nyquist will chip ahead. Quickly onto the stick of Seth Jones, who sends it the other way. In transition here, here's Warinski coming in off the wing. Zach looks for a centering pass and a shot high off the glove of Merzlikins. Mateo battling there against Wenberg behind the net. Machinists comes in to help out. Machinists. Sherwood to the point. Warinski. Puck deflected high off the stick of McInnes and over top of Elvis Merzlikins and the Columbus net.
Smart play by Warinski there, just to flick that puck through traffic.
Here's Seth Jones. Shot blocked in front.
He looks good. That ankle looks strong as he dances along the blue line there with the puck.
Jones now from a sharp angle sends it high. Warinski off the point. Both Blue Jackets defensemen almost to the hash marks. One, Warinski will take a step back as Sherwood looks to walk out. Puck taken away. Kuken, Wenberg, Murray, left wing. Kuken for Nash. Left wing, Wenberg coming with speed across the line. Wenberg with a shot, it's deflected wide. Nash quickly able to gather it up. Tried to throw it to the point for Clendenning, and now a race for the puck. Look at Bjorkstrand, sprint into the zone. Oliver now with a backhand in front for Texier. It comes free to Dubois and scores!
That's that line, Dubois, Texier, and Bjorkstrand, and all three of them factor in on this goal as it's the hustle of Bjorkstrand. Clendenning's flat-footed, so he gets stuck. Bjorkstrand sees he's got numbers in the front, and Texier makes that play, confronts the puck, and now he stays there. No, he actually jumped out of the way. But anyways, he caused enough disruption in front of Merzlikins that the puck squeaks right through him, and the blue team has a 1-0 lead.
I had paused for the cannon, but where was the cannon?
Oh, is that what you stopped for? I didn't know what you're doing, but nice job.
Left wing, Nudavara. Marcus Nudavara sends it off into the corner. Centering pass goes off Corpus Sallo, and it's Peak with a feed for Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand sends in deep. Peak trying to win a spot at the top 6. That will be an interesting decision for the coaching staff. That third pairing. And Ryan Murray, no doubt, will be part of it.
Let's hope. Let's hope he can stay healthy and be a part of that as they enter the bubble.
Foodie now trying to come in off the wing. Does. Backhands it wide.
I think Seth Jones did a nice job of wrapping him up. Got that stick on the puck.
Carlson. On here for Seth Jones. Jones dancing away from Bemstrom. Gabriel Carlson away from Foodie. Backhands in, and it's on to Wenberg. Bemstrom. Wenberg. Savard will step in. David Savard tried to send it towards the net. Robinson with a backhand pass. Tried to feed Gerby. He'll now just peel off and head to the bench as Team White gain the zone. White with a shot there off the wing. That was Foodie. Wrestles for the puck behind.
He looks comfortable out there, Foodie. He has the speed. This is his third shift, and he's been noticeable out there. With the puck, he creates with his speed, but he also is able to stay on the puck, retrieve pucks, and win battles because he's the first in there on that broken play.
Machinists failed in that first attempt to send a clearing pass ahead. Steps away from Atkinson. Right wing Mateo, unable to play that bouncing puck. Quick feed, this is Nyquist, moving in, fires a shot. Corpus Sallo may have got a piece of that on the far side.
I think Warinski got a stick on it, went wide.
Here's a clearing pass, and it'll be Murray to play. Murray for Nyquist. Team White into blue territory. Far side, that's Nash. Riley Nash, Warinski come together, enabling Pierre-Luc Dubois to come up with it. Oh, Dubois tried to walk around Jenner, who's going to have no part of that.
Interesting there, as Nyquist backed out, you would have thought he would have been the forechecker on that play, but he backed off, and Jenner came from the other side and attacked.
Scott Harrington now. On to Bjork Strand. Quick backhand pass went behind Warinski. Bemstrom on the turnover. Finds Nash. It's off the glove of Corpus. Sallo, the rebound, scores.
That was Shore.
Tied 1-1.
Good play in there in the middle of the ice as Bemstrom was a player with a heads-up play to Riley Nash, who was all alone. There's Nash on the forecheck. Here's the earned pass. Right there, and Bemstrom jumps on it, knows he's got a player all by himself. And as he slides it across to Nash, there's the initial shot, and there's Shore with power. Knocks it off the stick of Harrington past Corpus Sallo. We're tied 1-1.
Wenberg with a wrist shot. You want to see Wenberg shoot more. He did there, but missed the net. Shore now tried to bull his way through. Bjorkstrand winning that battle. Left wing, Texier. Touch pass there for Dubois. Pierre-Luc looking to center it. Fought off there by Nulavara, who will find Wenberg and Clendenning. Long home run pass there for Bemstrom. Sails into the zone away from Corpus Sallo. This is Bemstrom. Clendenning. Clendenning tried to feed Wenberg. Broken up by Bjorkstrand. He'll walk it out. Under control. This is Stenlund. Stenlund dishing. Puck picked up there along the left wing by Texier. Jones off the point. Sails deep into the zone. Puck turned over. Wenberg with the defensive play. Onto the far side. It's whipped around the boards, and Bemstrom will pick it up on the right wing. Ridden off on the play there by Jones. Robinson. Warinski will hold. It's Seth Jones in full stride. Jones down the off wing. Jones with a backhand. Knocked down here by Robinson on that high pass. Elvis with the save. Gerby tried to get to that rebound as it was batted away and play called.
Oh, good heads up eye catch there by Jared Bowl. Saw the hand pass. He blows it down right away. I love the quick shot by Eric Robinson. You mentioned he had a couple goals in the scrimmage the other day. Well, he had to find the bouncing puck as he entered the zone. He got it down on the ice, and then there was someone there with a stick to contest it, but he quickly got it away before it hit the stick and was able to fool Elvis, but Elvis did get enough of it to keep it out of the net.
Stedland looking for Robinson on the far side. Peak will step up. Harrington now with a long left wing pass off the stick of Stedland. Elvis will leave it there for Gavrikov. You see the score? Just under 13 minutes left here in the first period of this inter-squad game.
Not a lot of scoring chances, a lot of structure from either team as they've been kind of in the classroom, if you will, going over stuff, you know, refreshing some of the structure they have. Passes aren't great. There's not a lot of jump. You can see a little bit of thinking out there for these guys right now.
Robinson goes back to get the puck, dishes it off into the corner. Peak knocking it down. He's paired with Harrington. Fresh ice and some Forward changes here now as Peak holds. He'll move up. Nice pass here for Machinists. Machinists across the line. Tried to walk around Kuken. Will have no part of that. Mateo comes in to help out. Comes up with the puck. Mateo from a sharp angle. It's off the side of the net. Carlson able to tip it ahead and away from Nash. Battle along the far boards. Carlson. Sherwood. Puck played by Team White. Kuken for Ryan Murray. He'll find Riley Nash with a short pass and it's dumped in deep. Nash now. Carlson draped all over him.
McKinnis, smart player. He's in the right position to pick up the puck defensively. He was at the end of a shift, so he made sure he was down low enough as the white team tried to attack. He got it on his stick, cleared the zone, and able to get everyone on his line off the ice.
Devon Shore now. Turned around there by Seth Jones. Bemstrom up with the puck and it's on to Wenberg. Wenberg, Murray, Kuken. Oh, nice pass to keep it away there from Texier. Cross ice, Jackets going cross ice with their passes. In front, Murray dishing. He had a better opportunity. Foodie trying to pull the trigger. Bemstrom gets a shot away and it's deflected wide.
That looked like Bjorkstrand might have got his stick on Bemstrom's stick, and that just caused it to sail a little wide because he had an open half of the net as Corpusalo was still down. Nice attack by Foodie there, attacking the middle of the ice.
Here's Warinski. Left wing pass. Robinson trying to come up with that puck. Eric Robinson back for Warinski. Dumped in deep. Behind Merzlikins, Nudavara. They gather it up with a backhand up the right wing boards. Clendenning. Nyquist. Clendenning now away from Gerby. This is Nudavara. Marcus Nudavara at center. He'll flip a long backhand that bounces in. Corpus Sallo the save and quickly dishes. Scott Harrington. Warinski. That's Robinson with it on the left wing. Quick feed, full stride for Stenlund. Drops it for Gerby. Gerby in front for Robinson. It was tipped away and quickly in transition up the right wing. It's Nyquist. He's got Nudavara with him. Looks to the left wing for Atkinson, and Stenlund will break it up. Oh, look at this. Atkinson, and the puck just came to him behind the defense. Tried to tip it home. Corpusalo has no part of that. Nash wins the battle there with Gabriel Carlson, and a tip goes wide. Atkinson got a piece of it to throw it off into the corner. Mateo dumps behind there for Harrington. Nash able to step between two Team Blues and break it up. He gets it back. Wraparound attempt, knocked away.
Nash all over it this shift, and now here again knocks the puck out of the air. He's just controlling the play ever since he stepped on the ice for this elongated shift.
Riley Nash down the right wing. He's had a pretty good camp here so far. Very noticeable. Scored some goals in some of the scrimmages. Here is Sherwood with Warinski. Sherwood moves in and take it away there. The steal by Wenberg. Savard right back to Wenberg in full stride. Wenberg at center. Wenberg across the line. They want him to carry that puck more. Now dishing onto the wing there for Foodie. Shore tips off into the corner. Murray. Ryan Murray to the point for Kuken. All kinds of traffic in front of Corpusalo. Here's Murray. Looks for Shore. Into the slot.
What a pass by Ryan Murray. Fake shot. Hard pass over to Shore. He couldn't handle it, but impressive play by Ryan there.
Pierre-Luc Dubois leaves it there for Bjorkstrand, who dumps to the open corner. Texier goes after it. Kuken turning away. Boone Jenner up the left wing boards. The puck out in. Out to center, and Harrington will hold it at his own line. Peak. Jenner. Right there on the forecheck. Harrington. Fanned on the first attempt to pass it. He gets it right back. Walks it back in deep. Nyquist gets a stick on it. Bouncing puck. Atkinson denied there by Robinson. Puck kept in. Nyquist. Nyquist down the left wing. Stenlund defends. Nyquist in front. Atkinson with a tip but wide. to the line. Nudovara. Jenner from a sharp angle. That puck was deflected again, and that one goes wide on the far side. Jackets looking to tip pucks there in front of Corpus Sallo. Nobody at the right point. Coming with speed, this is Gerby. Gerby picking up that loose puck. Glendenning defending. Gets it to the point. He'll have to make his way out of the blue line. Actually heads right over to the bench. Team Blue changes. Nash tried to feed Bemstrom at the offensive blue line. Shore, Nudovara, back for Glendenning. This is Shore, who has the goal for Team White. Play called.
A rare whistle as the puck goes out of play. And Team White only 8 forwards with Nick Foligno out. So a little extra ice time, some rotating there. And Team Blue has 9 forwards. Bjork, Strand, Texier, Dubois. That line has gotten on the board. Robinson with some good chances for Team Blue. Pretty good pace to this. A lot of structure to start, but just feeling out the situation, I think. It's going to get more competitive as this goes on.
Puck wristed wide of the net. That Texier, Dubois, Bjorkstrand line has been together since day one of camp last Monday.
Yeah, I like them. 3 friends, 3 guys that get along really well. And, you know, some youth there. And, you know, Texier to me is a wild card. He's a player that he's a tenacious on the puck. He loves to compete. He's very confident in his ability. He's got some time now in the NHL, so he's going to get a nice opportunity with those guys.
Foodie.
It doesn't take him long to get to top speed, does it, Foodie?
No. He and Robinson can certainly fly. Texier not too far behind as Nyquist is dumped. Bench looking for a penalty to be called.
The referee swallowed his whistle immediately here. Jared Bull. He know what it's like. Whoa. Puck just went out of play.
Over towards the management, but don't know if there was any injury over there.
Are they down there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them sitting over there in the corner. As you get a look there at Elvis.
Elvis.
Peak. Stenlund now. Trying to split the defense, gets it over here to Gerby. Gerby from a sharp angle. Off the stick of Merzlikins.
Offside. Players called it themselves. So White gets the puck to break out. Blue backs off. Just like a good old pickup game. Puck out of play now.
Blue Jacket faithful, a 5th line. Many fans watching from outside.
Glass seats.
And they're doing that. They are covered up, but there's quite a storm going on outside here right now.
That's right.
That's not going to bother them. The Blue Jackets faithful. Glendenning sends it off into the corner. Glendenning now works the other way here to Nudovara. Puck picked up by Nash, right back for Nudovara. Gabriel Carlson losing the battle. Jenner now trying to come out of the corner with it. Defended there. And it's Machinists. Atkinson gets a stick on it. Glendenning. Corpus Sallo. And picked up by Carlson. Shore comes off the bench along with Bemstrom. This is Carlson carrying in. Gabriel Carlson away from Nudovara. Shore. Backhands on to Glendenning, who takes it away from difficulty at the side of the net and lifts it high. Bouncing puck, Bjorkstrand fought off there by Bemstrom, and a nice poke check there by Harrington at the last moment. Bemstrom tripped up by Carlson. Bench gets a little wild there. Bowler just waves it off, has something to say to the bench. He's letting them play. That's 3 minor penalties that have not been called.
Oh, easy now, Jeff. I know you like controversy, but it's a little early for it. Save it for Toronto.
All right. Good point. Nyquist had it knocked away. Savard. Robinson trying to pick off that pass. Now Nash from center. Riley Nash off Jenner. Murray will step up and dump in deep. Wenberg, Jenner, and Nash, the forward line for Team White. Kuken for Wenberg. Ryan Murray. Long lead pass there for Nash at the offensive blue line. Stenlund is there to fight him off.
What a pass. Ryan Murray with 2 world-class passes here in this scrimmage. Out of nowhere. That one was right on the tape of Riley Nash. But Nash got contested in the middle of the ice and got bumped off the puck. But that's the value of Ryan Murray. Not only the experience, how he sees the ice, but the execution of his passes.
Atkinson walking in, tries to split the defense. Loose puck. Kuken looking for Atkinson, who's bumped to the corner. Team Blue now racing out. Mateo, he's got McGinnis on the left.
I wonder how those guys feel after that bumping in the corner. That's something that you're not used to still. I mean, it's 9 days into camp. I know there's been a couple of off days, but it's such an adjustment to get used to the physical part of the game.
Might as well get it now because they'll certainly see it.
Well, you're only seeing a little bit of pushing and shoving. That's all you do against your teammates, you know what I mean? So,
right.
So they'll figure that out. Interesting start. I thought this was it's fun to watch these guys out there. You know, this was treated like a game day. They came in this morning, they watched some video. They have to get tested every day, so they were in here doing their testing. Then they went home, and now they're back to do this tonight. So, you know, it's important to get the body and the mind working to it in the evenings because, you know, that's what the exhibition games do for your time clock, if you will. But I guarantee they weren't doing anything at this intensity the past 4 months when they were away from here. So, smart move by the Blue Jackets organization to play this tonight. The players are having fun on the bench. It's competitive. It's not your typical training camp. Nobody wants to get hurt. But, you know, I'm sure that the winning team, I'm sure there's some kind of incentive down there, and even personal pride to win this game. So there's a look at Cam Atkinson, veteran forward here for this team, a guy that's, you know, he's always pushing himself. He understands. He's bought into the local area. You know, he has a business or two here. His family is here. He lives here in the off season now, and you know he wants to win. And it's guys like him that help the atmosphere and just the overall mindset of the locker room to make sure that can happen. So you mentioned how much he pushes himself and expects a lot on the ice. I would say, you know, even more on the or off the ice in the locker room. He's been here for some tough times with this organization, and now he sees an opportunity with some great young players that he's been around for a while.
He's part of that leadership group, and the Jackets looking for him to lead on the ice as well. You got to look there at Foodie. Pretty impressive first period for him.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, what stands out obviously to anyone, I mean, I don't care if you've never seen this guy or you know, you've walked into an arena and watched him, he's explosive, and he can create separation from the opposition. He can drive. You know, when you're playing against speed, you have to respect the speed. So when the defense see a guy like this coming at them, they need to retreat. And that opens up, that, if you think about it, stretching out the zones. If you can stretch out the zone, that's what Tampa wanted the Columbus Blue Jackets to do last year in that first round playoff series. But the Blue Jackets stayed tight, and they didn't allow those cross-ice passes to happen. And that's frustrating for a skilled team. And a guy like Foodie, when he's flying at you, you got to back up. And, you know, you hope a guy like that on the forecheck, a guy like that with the puck, a guy that surprises some people out of the corner in tight spaces because he's so explosive, will create other opportunities in open areas on the ice for his teammates. So I like that asset. There's never enough speed in this game, apparently. And so he's going to bring that.
Toronto certainly has a lot of speed, and the Blue Jackets certainly want to counter that as the crowd continues to grow outside watching this inter-squad game. Blue Jacket fans are the best. They are absolutely the best.
Yes, they are. They are starving for hockey, as we all are. And, yeah, they've got glass seats there right outside the parking lot. And we have a great setup here in Columbus, Ohio, as that Blue Jackets flag goes by at the OhioHealth Ice Haus, downtown Columbus. You know, we are, what a facility when you have and this is a 20-year-old building now that they're, you know, it's been here for that long, and it looks amazing inside that main arena. But to have your own practice ice, a lot of organizations, their practice ice is up to 30 to 40 minutes away from your main ice. I think of Long Island right away. They played for many years. They've played now in Brooklyn, which is a long ways from Long Island. But their practice facility stays the same, which is where all the players would live around the practice arena. But here in Columbus, you can live anywhere because the practice sheet and the game sheet are together. So very world-class setup. And I know Edmonton has copied it. They were here when they did their building. Who else has it? Detroit.
Jersey.
Detroit copied it. They did the same thing. So a lot of good stuff here, and you know, hockey in Columbus has grown. It's been pretty incredible. Now I have a question for you. I know you probably have another thought to stack on that, but I'm going to stop you. You always like to put a cherry on top, but here I'm going to ask you something. You're like a one-upper.
Oh, come on.
But anyways, it was your birthday, wasn't it, this week?
Yes.
Well, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
What'd you do to celebrate?
Very little.
Get a new mask or something? You get new?
No.
No new mask?
No, I actually went over to a friend's place for dinner, and just a couple doors down from Freddie Modine. So I gave Freddie a call, and he picked up the phone, and I said, "Freddie, I'm just a couple doors away." He said, "Are you in Florida?" He was in Florida. He just went down to check out his new place and was coming back and said, "Sorry, Rimmer, we could have had a glass of wine or something."
Yeah.
So we made a date a little later on, but it was quite funny.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad you got to celebrate your birthday and kept it quiet.
Very, very low key.
And you were down in Florida for some time, right?
Yes.
For the whole
much of it.
For the duration?
Yeah, I've been back here in Columbus for almost a month now. Hard to believe. But anxious to get the series underway here.
That's Dave Metzel. Looks like he's doing a feature out there. You know how he does those features for Fox
Sports. He loves to do
Sport?
those features for Fox Sports Ohio.
What is there? 12. There's, 9 fans out there, and he's out there interviewing them, seeing why they came down. He was at Muirfield all week. Of course, the tournament was on this weekend, so he was out there working that.
Enjoyed that. Enjoyed watching that much of the weekend.
That was awesome. Good to see Jason Day, who's a good friend with a lot of these guys, and is a big Blue Jackets fan. Him and his caddy, Luke, are huge fans, so we're huge fans of his. We've adopted Jason Day as our local golfing, one of the local golfing celebrities, and he did a nice job this weekend.
Thought he was going to make a move there on the weekend, too.
Yeah. Interesting with the video replay on the PGA event.
Right.
You know, I was thinking if they had let him know on 16 that he had a 2-stroke penalty for that, I think it would have changed everything. You know what I mean? They told him after.
Right.
But if you hear that right away, it's so discouraging. And he just went double bogey, single bogey. But anyways, I digress. It's good to be back in the Ice Haus. And it's a tight game. I think things will open up here a little bit.
I think they will. As you said earlier, there's a little pride on the line here. The one and only inter-squad game.
Yeah, you want to compete. And, you know, they have an exhibition game coming up and on the 30th. And, you know, I've been asked what that's going to be like. And as long as you walk away from the exhibition game feeling, A, good about yourself individually, you know, you feel good skating, you feel good battling, you feel good in a real competition, and B, feeling good about it as a team. You know, it doesn't matter who wins the exhibition game. The biggest thing is everyone needs to stay healthy. Everyone needs to stay within how the game is played for your team. You know, stay within the system and feel good about yourselves when you walk away, because that's the last tune-up before game one of the play-in round. So I think that's what they've got to concern themselves with in the exhibition game against the Boston Bruins.
Do you think they go with their A lineup and the one that'll play Toronto just a few days later?
Yeah, I think so. Unless somebody is, you know, unless someone's nicked up, unless someone needs an extra day, I think you go with your A lineup. And I think you have your goalie pick going in. I think you ask him if he wants to play the whole game. You keep an eye on him. I think these conversations are being had all along. Now, if he gets lit up, what do you do? Now, what if he lets in 8 in the first 8 shots?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's all these scenarios, but that's the beauty of professional sports and live sports. The unknown, you know, it's the greatest theater in a lot of situations. So we'll see. I'm excited to see the bubble. I'm really excited for these guys. I think it is a coach's dream in the playoffs to have your team locked down together in one area with limited things to do. I think it is a major factor. I think a guy like John Tortorella, who's been around for a long time, you know, there's limited media, there's no fans. He's just him and his guys in a bunker situation, which he loves, and it's going to be awesome to see how it all goes down.
Quickly, do you think there'll be a lot of camaraderie with other players that are staying in that same hotel?
I think so. I think you hear the admiration for each country in the Olympics when they get together outside of the field of play, and I think there'll be some of that. I think there'll be actually quite a bit of that, yeah.
This is Gavrikov. Sends it up the middle. Pass is picked off. Texier carries in. Left wing pass. Dubois, who's got a goal here, fires a shot. Missing the mark, and it sails all the way back to center before Jones will bounce one back in. 1-1. Dubois for Team Blue. Shore for Team White to tie it up. Gavrikov across the line. Fires. Deflected off to the corner there by Corpus Sallo. Stenlund takes the pass from Warinski. Up the left wing, Robinson. Robinson uses that speed. Kuken defends, pulls up, looks for Stenlund, and it's sticked aside by Elvis. Here's a shot by Harrington. Stick save. Bouncing puck in the slot. Quickly gathered up. Kuken moving up ice. The Columbus defenseman working there on Harrington. Backhands one high. Just missing the net. Kuken now at the point. Lets one fly. He's got a pretty good shot. We've seen evidence of that when he has played for the Blue Jackets and healthy. Another player that Columbus has healthy here, heading into this qualifying series.
Yeah, you could do a whole show on that, and the infirmary where, you know, they were just, it was just almost, we were shaking our heads in disbelief at the amount of players that were headed down the runway it was a bad span there, but you're right. It's all in the past here now for these guys. They're excited to be back and able to do this.
Shore wins the battle along the boards. Nash dumps it right back. Foodie had it briefly. Harrington sends it deep into Team White's territory. Kuken looks over his shoulder, paired there with Ryan Murray. A quick feed. Foodie fires a shot. Rebound. Save Corpus Sallo. And he'll come up with that puck in the blue paint and hold.
A strong play there from the rookie, Liam Foodie, as he stayed out there. He watched the change. It was kind of a slow change for the blue team. Foodie's at the far blue line, gets the puck. You can see he's got Bemstrom. Bemstrom wants that puck so bad. But I think Foodie makes a good decision. Put the puck on net here. He didn't like the passing lane, or was he thinking shot all along? You see Gabriel Carlson backs off, gives him that shooting lane. Actually gave him too much of that. He thought for sure he was going to Bemstrom, so he gave Corpusalo the shot. Corpusalo handled it nicely.
Wenberg at the line. Turns away from Carlson.
And the job there, the defenseman in that 2-on-1 is not to allow that pass to go across. So Carlson played it pretty safe.
Sherwood. Neutral ice. Nudavara now from his own blue line. Tried to feed Atkinson. On the turnover, Carlson for Mateo. Shot. Nice glove save by Elvis, and he'll hold.
Yeah, that was a nice glove save. Elvis just scooped that up. His glove, remember when he started, he had a tough time. A lot of pucks were bouncing out of that glove hand earlier when he got in between the pipes for the Blue Jackets. And I know he picked up a tennis ball machine. I saw that on social media. Maybe that helped him. There's the automatic tennis ball feeder. That's how he was practicing in his apartment here in Columbus.
Yeah, couldn't do much. No place to skate. Went up and spent some time with goalie coach Manny Legacy in Detroit. Played some golf.
Wow, you know a lot about him.
Well, I read about it in The Athletic. Didn't talk to him.
Didn't he get married too?
Got engaged first and then got married.
Oh, well, that's usually the normal process. I'm glad he's stuck with that.
She said yes, and then they got married. Then one more.
Oh, what else you got?
He was thinking of getting a second dog.
You even know what he was thinking. This is impressive.
It's all.
Don't stop.
It's all in one story, Jody.
It is.
Yeah.
Sounds like a novel.
It was on a slow day. I read it. Wenberg away from Robinson. Poke check there by Stenlund, and Savard will play it. David Savard, left wing Gavrikov. Gavrikov's flipped the backhand that was broken up there by Peak. Comes back to Savard, almost lost it. Good recovery.
See those quick crossovers by Foodie. That's where he just creates that, and that's Robinson he's going up against. But as he circles around, that's where he really gets that power and is able to drive that speed up right away.
Gotta love this kid, boy, with that speed. And certainly we only saw him for 2 games, but he made quite an impression on head coach John Tortorella in those 2 games.
Yeah, he's got some scoring touch with that speed, and he's obviously something about him that really, not just the speed, how he fits in. He's got to be a smart player to play. There we go, Bemstrom.
Bemstrom on a breakaway, and nice save, Corpus Sallo.
Yeah, Corpus Sallo stared him down the entire way. Looked like a breakaway from maybe just inside the blue line. There he is, head up, backhand, forehand, backhand, nope. And Corpus Sallo just kind of, he's already ready for the next play before he had it in his glove. Good job by Jonas.
Sherwood dumps in on the harder route. Clendenning unable to play it. Sent towards the net, knocked down. Clendenning with it now. It's on to Dudovara. Marcus Dudovara. Jenner tripped up. No comment, though.
Write that down on your scorecard.
Here's Sherwood, and its poke check comes right through to McInnes, who blasts one that Elvis is able to turn aside easily and quickly up ice, and Dudovara will send it the rest of the way. This is Mateo down the left wing, drops a pass. Sherwood wrists it wide of the net. It ricochets up the left wing boards, and quickly Gavrikov. He's got Jenner on the left. The pass for Jenner. Jenner drops it there for Nash. Nash, cross ice, nice, pretty play, and it's Nyquist who finishes it.
Oh, wow, what a play. Riley Nash. Sold shot to everybody. Good play by Gavrikov here. Jenner finds Riley Nash. He does the work. Fake shot, right backhand across. You could see even Warinski was there, and he moved his stick over. Impressive heads-up play. He knows he's going to get the puck. He knows what he's going to do with it. Fake, backhand, and there's the shot through that opening for Nyquist.
Awesome. Oh, Nyquist again. That one turned aside by Corpus Sallo. Meantime, up ice.
The referees didn't wait for us to finish with our replays.
No, they didn't. We better have a word with them.
We get that luxury during the official games.
I'll have to text Bowler after the game.
Oh, leave him alone. He's trying his best.
He is the best. He is the best. Warinski, left wing pass. Bjork Strand unable to get to it. Savard. Gavrikov up the left wing, and Wenberg in full stride. Looks off Foodie on the right. Atkinson now. Nice move away from Stenlund. Fires a shot. Wenberg behind the net. He's got some pretty good jump here tonight. Wenberg now off the wall. Wenberg hanging on to Murray. Left wing pass. This is Gerby. Nathan Gerby. Carlson joined the rush. Robinson waiting in the slot. It's quickly cleared by Team White, and Atkinson settles down the rolling puck. Left there for Kuken. Right back to Atkinson on the off wing.
Oh.
Fires a shot. It may have been deflected. Sailed over top of Corpus Sallo. Stenlund will drop it back.
Hit the netting, so they're just backing off. The White is. Unfair advantage. So Robinson now is going to regroup again.
Warinski.
There we go.
Seth Jones. Zach now crossing the line down the right wing, in deep. Circles the net. Stepping away from Kuken. Drops it there for Seth Jones and gets it back. Kuken got a stick on it to break it up.
He read it perfectly. He stayed right with Warinski all around that zone.
Zach now. Right back to Seth Jones at center.
He fanned on that pass, but Jones able to pick it up.
Shot. Elvis the save. Bemstrom drops a pass. Murray tried to refeed Bemstrom. Puck swept to the corner. Glendenning. Nudavara. Quick shot Shore. Corpus Sallo right there to hold.
Shore from distance. He's already got one here this evening. As Jonas with a couple spectacular saves, and then nice play by Riley Nash in the middle of the ice to put the latest one by him. So the score is 2-1. White team.
Goals for Team White, Nyquist and Shore after Dubois opened the scoring, completing a pretty three-way pass play. Nudavara. Nyquist. Pierre-Luc Dubois. Bjork Strand. Texier taking it in full stride, steers it ahead. Trying to stay away from Glendenning. Two continue to battle here. Texier not giving up any room at all. Now the puck comes free and it's Nyquist. Gus Nyquist fights off the check. Will dump into the corner. Bemstrom in pursuit. Harrington gets there first and it's on for Peak. Andrew Peak clearing pass at center for Bjorkstrand. Drops it there for Dubois. Texier waits on the right wing. Dubois fires wide. Dubois away from Savard. Looked for the point. It was tipped away from Carlson. Race for the puck, and it's Riley Nash. And a battle here with Carlson. Foodie is bumped. Peak got a piece of him. And now Andrew Peak with a pass up the left wing for Texier. Dubois holds the line. Here's Bjorkstrand right there to take the pass. Oliver Bjorkstrand now. Bjorkstrand. Seth Jones. Jones to the right wing. Dubois from the goal line. Fires from a sharp angle. Goes off the side of the net. And it's quickly gathered up there by Carlson, but he lost it. The pressure coming. And now Wenberg out of his own zone for David Savard. Savard backhands it towards the net. Comes into the high slot. Carlson sweeps a backhand for Stenlund down the off wing. Stenlund now looks as Gerby joins the rush. There's Seth Jones. Unable to pull the trigger. Savard fights him off. Gloves it ahead. It's played there by Wenberg. Dean Kuken. David Savard. Right wing, Boone Jenner. Knocked away by Robinson. Atkinson tried to get it right back. Now Stenlund. He tried to get something going. Devon Shore is going to have no part of that. Warinski for Stenlund with a shot, and what a goal.
Wow, what a goal is right. It looks like he was heading towards a tougher angle when he released that puck. Right-handed shot moving to his right, but didn't need much space here. Puck bounces his way, keeps away from Shore. No, he was in a great shooting position right there. Inside the dots. Elvis, let's see what Elvis was doing. Elvis, he gets set. He's a little far off his mark, and right there, he just watches it whistle by.
Machinists flips a backhand. Defending there was Kuken. Ryan Murray tried to come up with it. Does. Steps in front of Elvis. On the left wing, Kuken. On for Jenner. Tipped away. This is it. Drop pass. Moving in. McInnes with a shot. Sherwood to pick it up. Murray knocks it away. He'll take it here from Kuken, and it's on for Shore. Atkinson just sends one towards the net. Gathered up there by Peak with a quick feed. Mateo. Machinists behind the defense, moves in, fires a shot. He was looking the same corner.
A little higher.
This time bounced away by Elvis.
Second period line change. Caught the white team off guard, and that's a couple open attacks here for the blue team. Team blue, sorry. Team blue.
Dubois had it knocked away by Riley Nash. Seth Jones. Stefan Mateo. Jones now. It's got Bjorkstrand on the right. Dishes to the left. Dubois. Dubois tried to walk around Clendenning, who read that one perfectly. And it's Bemstrom down the right wing and across the line. Bemstrom dishing. Tried to get it back. Bjorkstrand was right there, got a stick on it. And quickly now. Texier for Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand now in the slot. Fires a shot off his skate and wide. Texier now. Showing that speed. He's up high. Tried to get it in the corner there for Dubois. Wenberg, though, going to have no part of that. Now Wenberg out of the zone. Wenberg across the line. Takes it right back from Foodie. Savard, Jenner in front for Foodie. Looked to tip it home there. Corpus Sallo read that one perfectly and just steered it aside.
Nice play by Jenner to have the heads up to find Foodie there and put it right out in front of him. Looked like it just might have rolled off his stick as he came through the blue paint.
Boone Jenner feeds the point for Gavrikov. Along the wall, Gavrikov tried to take that pass in the slot, broken up by Team Blue. This is Carlson from center, off the shoulder of Gavrikov, who quickly will find Savard. David Savard, head up to the line, out to center for Atkinson with a backhand pass, and Andrew Peak for Team Blue.
Carlson there went to the bench gasping for air. Only 5D on the blue team. He looks like he needs a break.
Long lead pass, Atkinson. All alone, Atkinson in and scores.
Wow. Gavrikov, nice heads-up play as he saw Atkinson get behind the defenders. There he goes. All alone. He's going to end up scoring on his backhand. Good fake, freezes Corpusalo, waits for him to make a move, and then Corpusalo stumbles to his right, checks his pad. Well, he didn't look too settled there, did he, as he came across to his right.
Nash now works against Peak. Peak rides him off into the corner. The two continue to battle. Centering pass looking for Murray. It was a little high, and he'll have to hustle back.
Doing 3 25-minute periods here, run time for this scrimmage. They will flood one more time after this second period is over.
Nash now behind Corpus Sallo, finds Kuken on the right wing. Dean Kuken for Ryan Murray. Nyquist looks for a pass on that right side. Harrington, McInnes. Harrington now. Andrew Peak. Quick feed. Harrington, a little touch pass there for Sherwood. Sherwood with a shot. Oh, Elvis makes the save. Had no idea where that puck was going as it bounced away. Dean Kuken. No look pass there for Murray, away from Dubois. Finds Jenner right there on the tape. Jones, 14 blue. Dubois. Texier with Bjorkstrand. Texier across the line, drops it for Bjorkstrand. Oliver tosses behind the net. Texier is there. Nyquist defending. Nudavara steps in. Hustling to the puck here now is Stenlund. Stenlund had tied it up for Team Blue before Atkinson on a breakaway restored the lead for Team White. Texier looking for Stenlund. Bouncing puck, and Jenner will dump in deep, and Seth Jones will gather it up. Atkinson comes off the bench. Atkinson. Here's Stenlund, full stride. He's got Gerby on the left, Robinson on the right. Drops it for Robinson. Eric Robinson with a shot. Woo.
Crossbar. For a second, I thought it might have went in.
Bemstrom with a shot that Corpus Sallo easily turns aside. Now, Foodie, Bemstrom, Savard looking down low. Foodie comes up with it. Peak defense. Foodie to the point. Gavrikov takes it from Savard. Looks for Foodie. Liam Foodie. Bemstrom behind the net. Stenlund right there with him. Able to come up with that puck, and Corpus Sallo will hold it.
He's going to slow things down here, and you can see how things have opened up a little bit as the guys are, there's not a lot of numbers. It's continuous play, so you go 30 seconds, you can sit on the bench for maybe a minute, just over a minute, and you're back out again. So guys are a little winded, and, the second period line change, as we've seen a replay there, second period of line change doesn't let you set up in your structure as much when it's continuous play. So guys are getting on, they're out of position, they're trying to sort it out, the play is coming at them, they're on their heels, they're trying to overcompensate. That's why you're seeing the play open up a little bit and more scoring opportunities happening.
Gabriel Carlson looking for Sherwood. Second effort by Carlson to dump in.
He always ends up on his backhand, Gabriel Carlson. It's such a tough position to make a play on. He's playing his offside here, but he usually comes from the left side and ends up on the right side of the rink and ends up on his backhand.
Sherwood. Mateo. Sherwood unable to gather that puck up in the corner. He'll come up with it here and feeds Jones. Machinists with a shot, and Elvis has it, and he will hold. What exactly will the coaches be looking for in this game or following the game, Jody?
I would say the first thing is how they feel. Some of the execution, they're probably a little, they'll bring it up in the next practice. I don't know. Just, they've gone over a few things in video. They've made some adjustments. They've gone over refreshers. They want to see that from these guys. They want to see the players understand what they've told them. So that's really a big thing is the system they're playing and how they play in these situations. We're generous here one-on-one with Bjork Strand. Where the position here. When the puck does go behind the net, do you chase behind the net? Here's, just all these scenarios are thought of. So the players in front know what they're supposed to be doing right here. You can see as Nyquist is sorting it out as the high forward. And even on offense, Jones knows to pinch down the wall there. I mean, these are things that they go over in video. So they're automatics that are, they've been doing throughout the year. They've had 4 months off, so they want to, get it back and fresh in their mind. So it's still automatic. But then if they're introducing things for their matchup, those things they want to see too. So, maybe if there's a play that happens in a control, this is a controlled breakout. So here's Ryan Murray looking for his options. The players are skating in their routes. It's kind of falling apart, and he's trying to make a tough play, and here comes Stenlund. So all these things in structure, I'd say, Jeff.
Corpus,
great question.
Corpus Sallo and Elvis, who makes the stop right there, expected to go the distance, although both backup goaltenders are dressed.
Oh, here comes Torch. Torch is going to go down and talk to them now. He's going to lean over the bench. From where we're at, we can see him. He's got some things to say to the bench. And this usually happens in camp, where maybe it says, okay, you know what, there's one more period left. I don't know. I mean, I could be making that up. But sometimes he says, pick up the intensity. I want to get more out of this tonight. That's a conversation that's been had in the past. I'm not sure what he's saying now. I'm not going to try to guess, but I know that's been said in the past. And then or maybe he's just seeing how everyone's feeling.
Harrington for Andrew Peak. Harrington. Pressured, gets it for Peak. We are late in period 2. 3-2, Team White. The Blue Jackets lone inter-squad game, and there's a steal moving to the front of the net there. was McInnes. He's had an impressive game here, McInnes.
Well, you know, he's smart. He understands where to be as the play moves throughout the ice, and that's why you find him usually in the right position. He understands the game. You know, you might look at his skating and think, oh, he's not a good skater. You know, we do that a lot with players, but hockey intelligence is such a valuable thing, and he's available here for Sherwood. You can see where he's at, position. He understands that Sherwood gets the puck. As he gets it, he needs an option, and Ryan McInnes is a player that stays in a certain area to be in a valuable position when Sherwood sees him. So hockey intelligence it's such a valuable thing, and a lot of these guys have it, but a lot of these players that you're not sure what skill set they have, a guy like McInnes, his positioning is really good. He's got a strong stick, and he's able to break up plays, and you know, that's an asset. You need to have that ability. So he's one of those players that the Blue Jackets discovered this year. They knew they had him in the system, but discovering him at this level is pretty awesome.
Yeah, did not look out of place when he got an opportunity to play for the Blue Jackets.
No.
And be interesting to see the final makeup. The Blue Jackets will have to make some cuts.
Probably they will?
Well, one or two. They're putting Josh Anderson on the roster.
Are they allowed to have 32?
31, I believe.
And they're allowed to take 4 goalies in that 31.
Right.
Or 32.
And they can have 51 or 52 total.
I think the broadcasters should be in the bubble, Jeff.
I agree.
I think that.
Why don't you make that happen, Jody? There's the horn to end the second period.
I don't know everyone you know, Jeff. I've watched you on social media throw all your fans on the Blue Jackets, all your friends on the Blue Jackets website. So maybe you should make it happen. Call Michael Bublé, or who else did you have on there?
Oh boy, we had
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. I got to tell you,
Prince.
I got to tell you a funny story.
Who'd you have on there?
All right, we had Scotty Bowman. We had a couple of baseball guests. Had Terry Francona. He was the first guest out. Terry and I go back to Expos baseball days. Catherine Tappan. She was terrific. I don't know if you heard that one.
No, I haven't.
Well,
I'm waiting to. I'm going to binge them like Netflix.
Well, see,
when I get a chance.
Too bad you couldn't go in the bubble, because then you'd have something to do while you were in the bubble.
Right.
Got to tell you a funny story, though. The other day, I'm listening to Leafs Lunch, and who was on? Amy Portello was the host, and Mike Johnson was on. And they were whining that the Blue Jackets play on the final day of the exhibition games before they play on August 2nd. So they'll play on the 30th and then begin play on the 2nd. Toronto plays the first night. So they've got 4 days off after. And the two of them thought it was a disadvantage for the Maple Leafs, having to play that first exhibition game and then not playing again for 4 days. Is there an advantage?
I don't know. Again, you love the controversy.
I'm just asking a question there.
You know, I don't know. So you're saying the Blue Jackets are going to have how many days between?
Well, the Blue Jackets will play Thursday, the 30th, and then not till Sunday. Toronto plays Tuesday and don't play again until Sunday.
So Tuesday and Thursday?
Yeah.
I don't think there's much of an advantage, to tell you the truth. I mean, once there's 2 days in between, okay, I even put it this way. Once there's 3 days in between, it doesn't matter. 2 days. I mean, when you're a player and you're in a rhythm and you have 1 day off, you know, you can't wait for the next day to get back, and you feel terrible after 1 day off. After 2 days off, I'm talking about when you're in your rhythm, when you're in, you know, regular season shape. Right. When you have 2 days off, you feel absolutely, you just can't believe it. You'd rather not have the second day off. So I don't think so. I think you get a day off, you'll get some practice, you'll nurse some injuries, you'll be excited to get going. No, I think it's fine. Plus the factor of what's going on inside the bubble. You know, I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but my initial reaction is no. I don't see a big advantage there, if any at all.
I don't either. I mean, like you say, you'll get a day off after playing Tuesday, Wednesday, go back to practice Thursday, Friday, and you watch the games on Saturday and you get to play Sunday. I mean, won't be next season, and certainly we've seen them be fewer and further between, but there were many stretches when teams got 3 and 4 days off between games.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good point. I mean, that's, you know, and that's what the players wanted was those, you know, you get some good breaks in the season, and especially early in the season. It seemed like every year you're excited to start, and then there's a long gap in that first 14 days where you have 4 or 5 days.
Exactly.
Where it's practice days. So, no, that's a good point. But you know.
Well, I got to have something to whine about in Toronto.
Well, you said it, not me. You know, but it's a good point. I mean, that's one thing about Toronto and hockey. They're always talking hockey. They break it down.
They got to dissect everything.
Yeah, and why not? I love it. So it's it'll be fascinating to see and hear and hear from the players and the coaches about the bubble. You know, they'll be excited at first. Will they get bored? What's going to happen on their downtime? How's their setup going to be? I think that's all going to be fun to watch. And the Blue Jackets are going to send one digital representative. Donnie DiCaprio is going in for us. He's got the camera. He's in charge of a lot of the post-game clips that you see of the victory dance and the song and all that stuff. So he'll be in there, providing us with some video and audio, I guess. But yeah, I think you should be going, Jeff.
No, I think you should be going.
I'm serious. I think we should be in the bubble.
I'm with you on that one.
But we'll be here at Nationwide Arena, somewhere in the building. We're not sure where.
Yet to be determined.
Somewhere in the building. So we can broadcast it from monitors. I see Nick Foligno is here. He's in his sweats. And we're separated here. So the people that will be in the bubble are on one side of the ice house. They come up to the bleachers a separate way. There's Josh Anderson's here too. So they're here. They come up to the bleachers a separate way. I don't know if we can get a shot of that or not. And we come up on the opposite side and we sit at the opposite end just to keep everything separate. So that's a good thing. Should be good. Are you waving to them? Did they wave back?
No, I just was putting up. There he is. There's Josh and Nick.
There they are. Yeah, great job with our camera. You see Nick back there. If I had a telestrator, I would draw it. Hold it right there.
I can't believe you didn't bring the telestrator.
There's Josh. Let's get the focus right. Had it for a sec. Whoa.
There's Jarmo.
Almost had the focus. Oh, you had it. There he goes again. Oh, we're going to break away and get the focus right. Yeah, they're over there. Nick's hiding behind the pillar. So that's good to see. I mean, these guys are key members of this organization. Josh Anderson, we have not seen or heard of him. It feels like it's been forever. So he was spotted at the Ice House this week on the ice, shooting some pucks. That's a great sign. As you mentioned, he will be in the bubble, which is great. And he'll be available at some point if the Blue Jackets get rolling into the playoffs, which I think they should. I think they'll...
They're going to make some noise. There's no doubt about it. They will make some noise.
Let's hope. I mean, timely goaltending is going to be a key, and obviously the other end of that is that those goals, and you talk about it from time to time, is you know, the scoring droughts that they go on. Some players, the team, the power play. There's no time to wait and see. There's no time to hope it works. These guys got to, you know, grind out goals and grind out defense. They know what they have to do. It's just hopefully they can get right to it and frustrate the Maple Leafs. I think it's a heck of a matchup.
Special teams will be very key for the Blue Jackets, getting that power play that you speak of, but especially the penalty kill. Toronto has a highly regarded, one of the best power plays in the league. And the Blue Jackets, certainly one of the better penalty killing teams in the National Hockey League this past season. Will need that to continue in that playoff series.
Yeah, it's just such a special teams are important, but if you can frustrate the top players of the opposition, that power play, those players that get out there and want to feel good about themselves and be creative, you can find a way to frustrate them. Yeah, but you do not want, I mean, you just can't give them opportunities at all. I mean, they're going to get some, but I mean, you can't let that power play get overworked. I think Foodie got traded. He's got traded from Team White to Team Blue. He started the night on Team White.
Has that been registered with the National Hockey League?
No.
That must have been exactly what John Tortorella went over to do at the bench.
Well, Team White.
Who did he get traded for?
Well, I'm not sure. But maybe it was Texier because he was on this line with Bjork, Strand, and Dubois. So I guess Texier, maybe it's a message to Texier. I don't know. But you know, one team had 9 forwards. Team White actually had only 8 forwards. So I think Texier got traded for Foodie, and Foodie starts out there with Bjork, Strand, and Dubois. So, you know, maybe his speed can bring something to Dubois and Bjorkstrand.
Another look.
And maybe we're overthinking it.
Yeah, well, it gives the coaching staff another look. He started with Jenner and Foligno when camp started, did Foodie. And then he was playing with Riley Nash the last couple of days as his centerman, and now we'll get an opportunity with Dubois.
Yeah, and they have 8 forwards on that squad. So there will be a lot of rotation in there, unless, yeah, there's Texier. He got traded for Foodie.
So, another look at the youngster Foodie. Stenlund, quick feed for Robinson, broken up. Now Texier for Wenberg, who knocks it out. Those two played a little previously, Texier and Wenberg together. Got Bemstrom on the wing here with Texier and Wenberg. Texier to the point, went between the two defensemen, and Kuken is going to have to hustle back. Robinson right there. Here's Texier. Corpus Sallo deep in the net. Has some words there for Peak. With the forward coming, now Jenner. Jenner, Nyquist, and Shore. Machinists keeps it away from Clendening. Marcus Nudevar around the net. Looks to the left wing for Nyquist, who drops it back. Nyquist, Jenner. Jenner reaching for it there. It's played by Harrington. And now McInnes. Andrew Peak down the wing. Cross the line. Corpus Sallo. A little dish. Atkinson. Bemstrom. Trailing is Wenberg. Atkinson spins along the left wing. Keeps it away from Peak. Looks to feed it to the slot. Picked off there. Dubois.
Cam lost his stick.
Wenberg. Clendening. Nudovara. Holds. Line change completed. Shore comes off the bench. Takes the pass. Does Texier. Broken up by Seth Jones. Shore on the turnover. Tried to feed Boone Jenner, who hustles deep into the zone. Gets there ahead of Seth Jones. Carlson. Robinson. Foodie. Chips it off the boards. Goes right back after it. Gavrikov defending. Stenlund waits for it. Seth Jones will dump right back in, and David Savard stands behind Elvis, steps in front. Nyquist down the left side. Savard looks to the right. Wenberg away from Robinson. Wenberg, a backhand up the left wing for Nyquist. Wenberg gets a stick on it, sends it a little high. Played Machinists. Zach Warinski. Gerby for Robinson. Robinson with a shot off the shoulder. Ooh, that one hurt. A quick snapshot, and Elvis is down.
Yeah, it looks okay, I guess. Just shaking it off. Robinson, it looks like a harmless shot. It's easy to say where I'm sitting. No thanks. The goalie gear looks good, but no thanks.
Sherwood denied entry. Here's Dean Kuken on for Cam Atkinson. Atkinson with a shot. Stick save. Corpus Sallo heading up ice. This is Mateo. Stefan Mateo. He and Nyquist continue to battle in the corner. Atkinson slides it across there for Kuken. Dean Kuken reaching for it. Warinski's on it. Warinski, nice feed on the wing there for Sherwood. Sherwood moves in, passes there, and a long shot by Mateo. Karams all the way back out to center, where Atkinson will flip it ahead, looks for Bemstrom to try to spring him free. Shore will dump it in high. Bemstrom, as Sallo comes out, steers it there for Warinski.
Good play by Sallo. Played it out of the trapezoid, knew the referee was Jared Bowl was in the neutral zone, and he didn't see it. Got away with it. But anyways.
No, he hasn't called too much here tonight.
Yeah, you're keeping track.
There's Shore through a crowd.
Good save there. Sallo got that blocker out, poked it into the corner. Ooh, tough play.
Here comes Bjorkstrand down the right wing with Foodie. Harrington trails. Oh, nice defensive play to break it up there by Boone Jenner. Here's Texier across the line. He's got Jenner right there. Hands the puck off to Jenner in the slot. Puck gets away from Nyquist. Now it's Gerby, 2-on-1. Gerby and Bjorkstrand. Gerby moves in, scores! He beats Elvis glove side. And Team Blue have tied it up at 3.
He did what Bjorkstrand should have done about 18 seconds earlier. Gerby, lots of ice. You can see Gavrikov is more worried about the pass, which he should be. He doesn't get over to confront that early enough, and Gerby takes the ice. See him cut towards the middle. That improves his shooting angle, and right there inside the dot, gets a quick shot on Elvis. Elvis just kind of waved at it there, but Gerby in a great scoring area. Zips it past Elvis Merzlikins.
Tell you what, Gerby is, for all intents and purposes, in that second group, but that doesn't mean anything. Not the way that guy plays. I suspect if we don't see him in game 1, we'll see him shortly thereafter. Brings a lot of energy, and boy, did he make an impression last year.
Yeah, he brings a spark. You know, he's a guy that's just brings an attitude every shift, so nice to have him in the mix.
Savard. This is Shore now. Devon Shore splits the defense. He goes from one end to the other and then shot it wide. Got a goal here tonight. Wanting to make an impression of the coaches. Sherwood for Peak. McInnes. Warinski. Zach now looks for some open ice. Chips it ahead. Kuken gets there ahead of Mateo, but Mateo reaching in makes the play. Wenberg along the boards, able to get it free. Ryan Murray. Alexander Wenberg. Wenberg carries in across the line. Wenberg hanging on. Looks to the point. Dean Kuken. Bemstrom. Kuken. Murray. Ryan Murray. Off a leg. Murray gets it back.
McInnes with the block.
There's a shot by Wenberg, sails high. Murray now at the right point. Dean Kuken with a shot. It was deflected wide. Wraparound attempt there by Wenberg.
He scored.
And scores. Good hustle there.
A little celebration out of Wenberg. Nice shift by him. Made an impressive little skilled play through the neutral zone to pull the puck between his legs. And this was Kuken's shot. Broken play. Wenberg with the jump. Gets the puck above the goal line. You can see Sherwood and Warinski try to confront it. It's going to be a better look at it. They go down. Wenberg comes up. I'm not sure if that went off of Sherwood. I think he was just that quick that he got the puck above the goal line and put it behind Jonas Corpus.
So 4-3 for Team White on the Wenberg goal. Foodie using that speed. Dubois defends, turning there and blowing a gasket there. Right back on his feet. Foodie, Bjorkstrand. Dubois waits on the wing. Bjorkstrand hanging onto that puck. Dubois centers, Harrington. Long shot there off the blocker of Elvis. Off the wall and out, looking to spring Atkinson free on the left wing. Foodie now. Will dump in Elvis. Glendenning. Team White. Change up here on the fly.
You can see the structure of the Blue Jackets. They just back right off. It's stuff they practice this week in practice, watching video. Not chasing or stretching out. They're not going to do that against Toronto. And the guys were just back waiting to set the trap and wait for them to skate through it and attack. Here they come on transition.
Robinson, Gerby, back to Robinson, back to Gerby. Shot blocked before it got through to Elvis. And a clearing pass off the stick of Texier. That's Wenberg back out on the ice now. On for Texier. Texier fights off the check. Looks up high to Savard. Jenner now. Away from Gerby. Jenner fires and it's deflected. David Savard. Off the stick of Robinson and out of play.
Texier, a good shift. The last shift where Wenberg scored and this shift too. Just, you know, you need to have someone at times to drive the shift, and I thought he did. He made a nice passing play on the Wenberg goal in the middle of the ice, and he always makes really hard passes. Always. And when he's passing, especially from the goal line, watch him. He rips that puck to the D. A lot of the time it bounces off their stick, but he just always does things really hard and effective, and it's fun to watch him play, especially when he gets a little bit of speed.
Mateo from center. Murray breaks it up. Atkinson in pursuit. Sherwood is there. Cross ice, Nyquist, and Atkinson tried to tip that one home.
Corpus there challenged, got the right pad out, and didn't really have any space, time or space for Atkinson to do anything.
Kuken. Ryan Murray. Kuken. Murray. Battle down low. Atkinson now steps behind the net. Cam able to keep it away from Harrington. On to Boone Jenner. Jenner trying to cycle out. And it was knocked away by Machinists.
In perfect position.
Mateo.
Him and Mateo have been together. They're two hard-working players that enjoy watching them out there. Just getting it done.
On the breakout, Foodie will backhand it deep. Bjorkstrand hustles to it. Dubois. Texier gets an arm around him. Glendenning.
Former line mates.
Long lead pass. Bemstrom behind the defense and scores.
That's Seth Jones. He just out-hustled. And Bemstrom wanted that one, and he shows it. He gets inside position, tucks himself inside the hands of Seth Jones. Seth really can't do much. And as Corpus goes for the poke check. There's a long distance view. You could see the speed. I'm not sure how this started. Corpus flips that stick out. He must have had a head start. I didn't see it. but he did get inside on Seth and poked it over Sallo.
5-3, Team White. A little more than 11 to go. This has been a seesaw battle, but the White have scored from a, 3-3 tie to take the 5-3 lead after the Blue had tied it up. 6-0 was the scrimmage yesterday with Robinson scoring 3 goals. Coach Tortorella not too pleased with what he saw yesterday and expect a little more here tonight. Wenberg's shot deflected high.
Yeah, he's picked it up this period. Wenberg making some skilled plays. He's feeling it out there. Him and Nyquist have been together with Bemstrom. And right now Atkinson slides out there with these two. Atkinson there, going to load up for a one-timer. But Wenberg lost the face-off, so that breaks up that play. But Savard here to keep it in.
Zach Warinski.
I did a little play-by-play there, Jeff.
That's fine.
No, that's your job.
Elvis. Savard. Wenberg will drop it back. Gavrikov dumps in. Warinski looking there for Gerby. Robinson. Does it look like the guys have lost a little bit of that intensity here in the third?
I just think it's starting to open up a little, like just loosen up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Team Blue's down 2.
Yeah, they're going to start pushing here.
Texier tried to pull the trigger there. That puck was bouncing on him.
I think it's been pretty consistent, no? I mean, it was more structured in the first. I think they got tired in the second with the long change.
Right.
So you saw more open plays, and now they're just, I don't know if the structure, it's not, you know, you kind of lose that when you just want to go, go, go.
Right.
I think it's pretty good.
Overall, it's been
fun to see.
Exactly. And we've seen a lot of speed and a lot of pace to the practices.
Well, the first practice was awesome. I mean, the amount of just pure joy that was in this building, the OhioHealth Ice Haus, was awesome. I mean, the guys were so happy to see each other, be on the ice, do something they're used to, you know, a normal environment. It was cool.
Right.
You know, they'll put some hard work in, and this is, they know, you know, when you know the GM, the coaching staff, they're all up watching you. You play with a little more urgency. You want to do the right thing. You want to show them what you got. But you also look across the bench and you see your teammates that are playing against you. So, you know, for what they're doing, I say the intensity's been fun. It's been good.
They'll get a day off tomorrow. Pick things up at noon, I believe, on Thursday. Practice again Friday and Saturday. And then, as we mentioned earlier, Sunday, they'll head to the bubble. Without you and I.
That's right. We will not be in the bubble.
This will be the first flight all season long that we won't be on.
Unless you can... Oh, nice shot. And Wenberg is out there with Nyquist again, and they created that as they went through and created space. You can see Wenberg here, he takes the stick away of Foodie, who's back there playing defense with Harrington. Creates a little lane for Boone Jenner, who gets it. And the gap is now 3 for Team White, who is leading Team Blue.
3 straight for Team White.
And Texier, this linesman, these guys have, he's been tenacious on the puck.
Inspired by the trade.
That's right. Playing like he has something to prove.
Warinski in front. Oh, nice stop there by Elvis.
That's the first shot they've had in quite some time. It's been all Team White, Jeff. All Team White here the past, well, since the start of this third period.
Exactly. think the last shot that Elvis took was that high shot off the.
No, wasn't it Gerby's goal, or was it the high shot?
I think it was the high shot.
Nose to nose there, Atkinson and Bjork Strand.
Nudavara trying to feed Bemstrom. Corpus Sallo will quickly play it off into the corner. Seth Jones is there, pressured by Shore. Able to get it free. Nudavara hauled down by Robinson, carrying through is Warinski. Zach trying to fight through the check of Bemstrom and Shore. Bemstrom got the hook on him. Atkinson will slide it up, and it's picked up by Seth Jones behind his own net. He'll hold as Team Blue change up. Andrew Peak, Mateo, Sherwood, Gavrikov, and Savard defending. Sherwood trying to protect that puck. Boone Jenner bumps him. McInnes dumps to the open corner. Mateo, the puck sailed high, trying to knock it down. Texier is there. McInnes as well. Texier not giving up on it.
It's like a rugby scrum over there.
Texier winning that battle, able to chip it out. Wenberg is turned around. That enables Texier to cross the line, and play called on the offside.
Yeah, he knew it. He's going to give it up. He didn't want to. Nice play by Wenberg. He tried to stay onside, but he got hauled in there.
Harrington for Bjorkstrand, and the puck sails up onto the bench.
Tried to chip it by, and yes, it went into the bench of Team White. So they'll have a rare face-off outside the blue line.
Bowler doing double duty, referee and linesman. He's the first star here tonight.
Ha!
Despite a couple of missed calls. Good old Jared Bull. There's Dubois at the line. Backhands. Nyquist gets there ahead of Bjorkstrand. Devon Shore. Savard. Bjorkstrand steps between the two. Shore chasing. Bjorkstrand hanging out of that puck. Bjorkstrand steps in front. Harrington off the point, but there Foodie tried the quick wrist shot that was blocked by Gabrica. Harrington threw it up the middle. Now Nyquist for Atkinson with Gavrikov, who's joined the rush. Nyquist fires. Corpus Sallo able to send that one high and wide. Bemstrom from below the goal line sends it to Murray, left point. Murray for Jenner. Jenner off the bench. Boone Jenner. Dean Kuken on to Murray, cross ice. Wenberg tipped, and Corpus Sallo reaching behind him.
It's a goal.
Not quick enough.
Jenner tipped it in as Wenberg made a heads-up play, and he is absolutely feeling it here in this scrimmage in the third period. Ryan Murray starts it. What a pass through that seam. Wenberg knows where he's going. Jenner touched it, but it went off of Scott Harrington's leg, and Corpus Sallo had no real idea or chance on that one.
4 straight goals now for Team White. They're looking to add to it. Jenner again, and he wrists it wide.
Same, the common denominator out there has been Wenberg with a mixture of Bemstrom, Jenner. Oh, Carlson going back at Bemstrom. Bemstrom, Jenner, Texier out there with Wenberg, but he's been out there for all 4.
Kuken for Murray. Atkinson. Circling in his own zone. Atkinson now to the left wing. Nathan Gerby right back to Atkinson. Puck rolled off his stick. Corpus Sallo himself looking to clear the zone. Atkinson, Texier, drop pass there. Tried to return the feed.
They're getting really fancy now, Team White. As Nudavara tried to go back to Texier there.
Eric Robinson will dump in. Elvis Merzlikins. Glendenning.
I don't think Elvis has faced 7 shots. What do you think? 10? I don't think he's seen 7. Has he?
Saw a lot of shots earlier. Not much here in the third period.
He saw a lot of shots earlier.
Couple of nice
I'll have
glove
to go back
saves.
to the tape. Really?
Yeah.
He made one nice glove save in the second. Yeah.
Couple.
Not much action.
No.
And this is what's happening with the blue team. They're just getting the puck in the offensive zone, but the play is dying in the corner, and then the white team is able to get it out.
Mateo tries to split the defense and walk in. Nice poke check there by Elvis.
There's Wemberg again. He's been a catalyst at both ends of the rink in this third period.
He can skate, strong defensively. Like to see a little more offense. He's certainly capable of it.
No, he's done well here tonight.
Yeah. He'll be a key guy in that series.
Team White already celebrating with, well, just under 5 seconds left. And it looks like that'll do it. Great job, Jeff.
7-3, the final.
You're in preseason form. I'd say we're in preseason form. That was fun. And I think that's it.
What does the victorious team get?
We'll never know. Unless you ask the question, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm sure they just feel good about it.
So, the final, 7-3, Team White. They score 4 straight after Team Blue had tied it up on a goal by Gerby, and they win this one by a 7-3 score. For Jody Shelley, unless you have a final comment. No?
No, I think we're good, Jeff. Well done.
Thank
you. Great to be out here, and look forward to the rest of camp.
Yes, the Blue Jackets will have a day off tomorrow and then practice here at the OhioHealth Ice Haus on Thursday. Thanks for joining us. And remember, the Blue Jackets will play their first preseason game, or pre-tournament game, excuse me, on the 30th against Boston, and then August 2nd. All those games on Fox Sports Ohio. Good night, everybody.